What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I want to talk about a story that broke early this morning out of Brooklyn, New York. Shout out. And it's about 4 family members that were brutally stabbed to death. 2 of them are children, ages 5 and 4 years old. Now, these people have been identified, and I'll show you who they are in a second on this news video. But they have one person in custody, and it's the son of the 56-year-old woman who was a grandmother as well. You know, it's her son. Now, interestingly enough, the 2 children that he killed are his niece and nephew. And their father came home and found this whole crime scene, as gruesome as it was. Take a look at this story and we'll come back and talk about it.
There is breaking news this morning. A 24-year-old man is now in custody after 4 people, including 2 young children, were found dead in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn.
We do want to warn our viewers, this is a shocking and disturbing story. Police discovered the bodies after responding to a domestic assault call, and CBS 2's John Diaz is live in Bensonhurst with the latest details this morning for us. John?
Yeah, well, Doug and Lane, just such a terribly sad story out of Bensonhurst, Brooklyn this morning. Family members, they were out here on scene, and you could just see that they were just completely in anguish, in agony, so much agony out here at the scene over the loss of their family members. And neighbors now coming out of the building, telling us a little bit about the family, saying that they're was such a beautiful, loving, polite family. The 2 youngest victims, just 5 and 4 years old. Now, authorities, they tell this all went down around at 10 o'clock Friday night. That's when they received a 911 call about a domestic assault in progress inside an apartment building here at the corner of Avenue P and West 8th Street in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. When first responders got out here to the scene, they found a 56-year-old woman, a 27-year-old woman, and a 5-year-old girl and a 4-year-old boy dead inside. All of them, police say, were stabbed. Police also saying that they now have a 24-year-old man in custody, and family members telling us he is the son of the 56-year-old woman, and the other 3 victims are his sister-in-law and his niece and nephew. Family members also telling me that his brother, who is the father of the 2 small children, survived, and he is the one who found his family dead inside. Now, they're originally from Uzbekistan, but have lived here for about a decade, all living in the same apartment. Again, this family members out here on scene just so saddened about this just terrible news. As for a motive, though, well, that is still unclear. For now, we are live this morning from Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. John Diaz, CBS 2 News.
A terrible story.
But first, unspeakable tragedy in Brooklyn. 4 family members stabbed to death in Bensonhurst. And right now, police have someone in custody. Good evening. Thanks for having us in. I'm Jessica Moore. Tonight, we are learning more about that family as their community comes together to remember them. CBS 2's Christy Kalishian reports.
Stuffed animals sit in the window of this first-floor 8th Street apartment, now guarded by police. A devastating reminder of the 2 young children stabbed to death, along with their mother and grandmother.
I just heard all the cops pulling up last night, and I heard somebody screaming.
The son was screaming, his mom is dead.
It's unbearable. They're a good family.
We spoke with a family member of the victims who didn't want to be identified. He confirms this is 56-year-old grandmother Mavluda Faizieva, who was stabbed in the neck. Also found dead in the apartment, her 27-year-old daughter-in-law Maftuna Kakimova, and her 5-year-old daughter Kamila Shavkotova, and 4-year-old son Timur Shavkotov. Police have a 24-year-old man in custody. The relative we spoke with talked about the heartbreaking reaction from the children's father.
He's in a different state. He's just like, I have nothing left. He took everything. My 2 kids, my wife, my mother. He took everything.
He says he arrived with the family from Uzbekistan in 2007 and described the 4- and 5-year-old siblings as sweethearts. This neighbor, Guzal, says the family has lived in the building for about a decade and were friendly with the 56-year-old grandmother.
She always helped me. When I came 10 years before, she always helped me.
This neighbor was awakened by sobbing outside of his bedroom window across the street early Saturday morning.
There was a man here who mainly they were trying to console because he just couldn't stop sobbing.
Throughout the day, we've been seeing investigators come in and out of the apartment building. And at this time, police have not confirmed the 24-year-old man in custody's relationship to the family. In Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, Christy Kalishian, CBS 2 News.
Guys, that's the story. And may these 4 people rest in peace. So these people from Uzbekistan, been here since 2007, arrived as a family, and grew up in that neighborhood. Now, it says this guy that did it is the brother of the 2 children that were slain. I don't know if this guy lived in that house. He's 24 years old. I don't know what set him off to where he wanted to kill his mother, his brother's wife, and both of his brother's children. But things are what they are, and this guy right here is in custody. Now, a crime like this is unexcusable. No matter what the problem is, you can always remove yourself out of that problem. If a bunch of people don't disagree with you, or what you're going through, you could have left. There's always chances and choices to be better people than we are the day before. And this type of stuff still happens because people can't get out of their own way. A lot of people have gunfire in their own heads and wage war on other people for it. This guy, 24 years old, gave up his freedom and killed 2 babies. His own mother and his sister-in-law. I'm sure you had love for your brother. Was you thinking about that when you was doing that hack and slash bullshit? No, you wasn't. You was thinking about your own selfishness. That's the thing. Everybody's individualized nowadays. You see it in crimes. You see it in groups of crimes. People go do something together. One person falls, gets shot in the crime. They run and lead a person, not knowing if they're alive or dead. People out of their minds nowadays. Now, they said this is a domestic abuse call. They heard screaming, all kind of stuff. I don't know if this guy lived with them or not. But I mean, at 24 years of age, something must have really set him off for him to go in there and do all of that stuff. And he stabbed them. He didn't shoot them. He stabbed them. So, you know, that's a bloody scene. I don't see any news article that says that they saw the guy escaping. So he must have stayed there. Because, I mean, I was looking at all these different news articles, you know, the written articles. They ain't showing that this guy left or anything. So he might have been at the scene. Might have just turned himself in. But either way, man, why would you do that if you know your ultimate goal was to go to jail? You could have walked into a bank and smacked somebody and said you'll rob it. You'd have got the same effect. It's like people go all the way around the ultimate goal of them being locked up or being incarcerated to hurt somebody. I mean, I don't know if that's his goal, but I mean, that's his end. Right now, you killed 2 babies, bro. This is unforgivable. It's nothing you can say that makes this whole thing right. There's nothing you can say. How you gonna look your brother in the face again in the courtroom after knowing you killed his son and daughter? It's like people have truly lost their minds now, and violence is a new pastime. It's almost as normal as breathing, and it shouldn't be. These 2 kids should still be here. This grandmother should still be here. This woman, 56 years on the planet, came from another country, came over here, and the last sentence in her book of life is she was stabbed by her own damn son. Go figure. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I don't even know if you can fix this type of stuff. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.